Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're doing Roxy's weekly challenge and it's number 36, tags with window flip outs. This looked really fun. I'm a bit late doing it because we've been on holiday, so I couldn't wait to get back in my craft room when we got home. We were only away for a few days, so I thought today I would get in here and do Roxy's challenge so I can get it up, hopefully get it up this week. The same week as it went out. I do like to try and do that. So I'll make a start. We need to start with some vellum, and I think I need to make my background tag first. I'm going to use some of this paper that I sprayed. This is the mixed media paper, so it's quite thick, but it's got this beautiful iridescent colouring of blues and greens on here, so I really love this. So I want to use this, and I'm going to use my new tag punch, so I have to make it the right size. So it needs to be, for the biggest tag, it needs to be 2.5 inches wide. So I'm just going to cut that to size, and then I know how big to make everything else. So I'm going to use this, make it 2.5 inches. Is that the right size? Yep. Okay. So it's quite a nice size for a tag. I mean, you could easily make it bigger, but I think I'd like to just try using this tag punch, and then I've got a nice topper for it. Let's just feed it in there. Oh, it's quite thick, so I need to give it a bit of welly. Hang on, angle's all wrong for me. That's it, got it. So there we have it. It's a pretty topper. Right, so now I need to measure my vellum to make sure it fits with just a little bit of clearance here, I think. So I think I'm going to cut that at 2 1/4, because the tag is 2.5. 2 1/4. There we are. And I think 3 should be long enough. Let's see how big it needs to be, because obviously that you've got to cover some of the sides. But I don't need it to be huge. I think 3 inches should be enough. Maybe I'll make it 3 1/4. And then I can always cut it down if it looks too big. Can't make it bigger if you cut it too small, can you? I'm going to cut the tag down. I just wanted to give myself the option of making it as big as I need it to be. So I want my little window pocket to be about here. So I think that'll be fine once I've covered in the edges. And then I will make the tag just a bit longer. Cut it about there. So I want to make this one for my fairy journal, in case you hadn't guessed. So I've got a nice little piece to use for something else. And then that will go there, and it'll open. Right, so what I've pulled out a few bits and pieces to cover it and decorate it with. So that I don't need anymore. I think I want to round my corners though. A new corner round, I can't help using it. No, it's the wrong. I think I want this side, 7mm. So I quite like having the option of different size corners. Because of the rounded top, it's quite nice to have rounded corners at the bottom. Now that didn't work very well, did it? Let's try again. Must have put it in at the wrong angle. That's better. Yeah, so I think that goes nice with the rounded top. And I might even have to round the corner of this, I don't know. Quite probably. Right, so what I wanted to do is give the idea of a fairy in sort of poking her head through the through the forest. I know I'm a bit fanciful here. So I need to do what I'm going to use to go around the edges. I might use a bit of that. Not sure. I think I might use some of this to go around the sides. Just tear this down a little bit. It slipped. I have to do it the other way around so it doesn't slip. Now what I want to do is wrap this around. So this is going to be it's going to be quite dark next to the background, but I quite like the contrast. Maybe I'll use this. And I also wondered about using a bit of this at the top. Let's see. I know it's too wide. I can always make it smaller. I'm just trying to figure it out at the moment. Right. Let's put my little pot over here so I can chuck my bits. Where'd that bit come from? Don't know what I was doing there. Right. Although that was the top, wasn't it? Where's my vellum gone? Okay, let's just get rid of all these little silly little bits. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to make this wide enough so that it actually wraps around the back of the tag. Put that there, and then another piece here. And another little bit across the bottom. That big across the bottom. Oh, I think I need it to be the same. So have that piece. Across there. Right, and then the top piece doesn't wrap around. So it's just a little sort of decorative border really. Right, so that bit goes there and that bit goes there. I think I've made that too long now. Because I don't think she had them overlapping. Or did she? Maybe she did. Yeah, maybe like that. Anyway, where's the other bit? There it is now. Want that bit. And that bit there. It is too wide. I'm going to take that off, I think, there. make sure that the back piece doesn't come lower. Sorry, I'm doing it off camera there. Doesn't come any lower than the front piece because you don't want it to show. That can go across there like that. Right, so, right, I think I'm going to just give this a go and glue these bits on. I think I will, yeah, I will fold them in half so I've got, I know where to put the glue. And this piece. Actually, I want to make the back piece slightly longer to make sure there's plenty of room for it to wrap around to make the hinge. And this one. And this one as well. I'm not doing this off camera. It's tricky to do accurately. Oop. Right. Now I can start to glue them on. Yeah, I've just discovered my camera had sort of sagged, so I may have had to cut out some of the earlier part of the video. I don't know when that happened. I didn't see until I looked up and it was kind of hanging, it was at a funny angle, so I'm sorry if you've missed half the video. But just to quickly recap, I've covered the outside and I've done a little picture on the inside, so there should be a little area for a kind of tiny little narrow tag, which I may have to make. I may be able to use one from the kit actually. I've got quite a few little tags, and there's one or two narrowish ones, but they may not be quite narrow enough. See, something like that might be quite nice if I can get it to fit. Oh yes, I think it might just fit. Look, fit in there, and then you pull it out, and there's the little fairy hiding behind. That's the idea. No, not that one. So that's as far as I've got. So I do apologise if suddenly half the video disappears because it suddenly I think it's my new camera arm. I think I've twiddled about with it so much it's beginning to sag. Possibly needs tightening up. Anyway, so I just need to cover the back of this pocket, not with that, with that. That was the piece, wasn't it? Yeah. Let's just see. I think I might have made it just a touch too big, which is good. It's better than it being too small. I'm just going to trim it a tiny touch. Just a slither, just to make sure it fits just inside the border. I'm going to get paranoid now and have to keep checking up to see if the camera has moved. Right, let's see. Go there now. Yes, I think it does. Okay. So that's got to be glued all over. So I'll do that with the glue stick. Right. Is it too tall? It just fits. And it goes quite nicely with the tag. Like that. And that glues around, so I'm just going to glue that on as well. So there's my little window tag. I'm just wondering, I probably need to do a bit of decorating on this, but maybe for the purposes of the challenge, this is as far as I need to take it today. I can come back and, oh, I know what I need to do. I need to put some washi tape down here, don't I, just to make sure. That's what Rachel did, and also I need to just trim that off a touch, just along the edge there, sticking out a bit. So off camera I will back this, and I will probably do some decorating on camera as part of another video. But I do need to put a bit of washi tape on there. I forgot to get that out ready, didn't I? Let's see what I can find. Okay, so I have my washi tapes in these box. Well, this is one box. One half is the box base, and the other half is the lid. And I've got all what I call, I divide them into cool colours and warm colours because it's just the easiest. All the blues and greens and whatever I consider to be cool colours, silver goes into the one box, and all the warm ones, the pinks and the oranges and the reds and all those colours, are in the other half of the box, in the lid half. So what I need is something that will possibly go quite nicely there. I think that might do it. Let's just have a look. This is quite an old one, so I might need to put some, yeah, I think that would work quite nicely. Okay, so I will need to add some glue to this, I think. Checking, camera still looks reasonably angled. Okay. There. That made it too long. Yes, of course I have. Just trim that a bit. Okay. That just makes that join a little bit more secure as well. So there we are. First one done, and it only took me half an hour. Good thing we don't do the timing thing anymore on this, because that would be all I'd managed to get done in the time, I think. So that one I think was quite straightforward because I had the tag back ready to go. Now I'm going to make another one that's not fairy journal related. That obviously needs more work, and we will come back to it, but that's as far as I'm going to go with it in this video. And just get all my fairy things out the way and do something different. I'll keep my washi tapes ready to hand because I might need them for the next one, mightn't I? Right. Just clear these bits away. Loads of little scraps knocking around. Let's just try and make a little bit of room and do the next one. Okay, now for this one I've got a whole bunch of stuff out and I don't know what I'm going to use yet. So what I did decide I would do is use some music paper for the border. So I just need to do that. Oh, I also need to get my tags sorted. Now I thought I might use all of these. I don't know if you remember, sometime last year there was a collaboration between Artie Mays and Tracy Fox called Tag Fabrication. They also, I think they did a journaling card one. And I bought it and I cut them all up and I put them in this pouch and I've never used them. So I thought perhaps I should try and use one of these for this challenge. The trouble is, there are so many. Trying to choose which one I want to use. I don't know if these ones are too big. these might be a better size. They're a bit narrower. I think these ones might be too big for this particular challenge, but I haven't quite made my mind up yet. I hadn't even looked at these. They're beautiful. So what one to choose? That's the question. Right. How big does that compare to my other one? It's about the same size, just marginally bigger. So I think that's probably the good size to try using. And now I was going to try and possibly use this as my little picture in the window. So I think I will cut that. Just get the size. So this is just over 2 5/8 wide. So I will do my window. I might just do that to 2 1/2, maybe a bit less. Just under 2 1/2, I think. I'll make that wide. Oops. Just a touch under 2 1/2. Try that to see how that looks. And then make that 3 1/4 long. See if that, I think that's what I did last time. No, is that going to be too wide? No, that's about right. Yep, that's all right. Nice. Okay. So I might use that. Quite like that it's already got a little label on it. That one could be too narrow. Well, I can decide on which tag to use when I've made my window, can't I? So let's do that. Because I haven't got much time left now. I need to crack on. So I'm going to put that there. Can go at the top. It's a shame that the music notes are going to be pretty well mostly around the back, aren't they? Maybe I'll put that at the bottom. Yeah, I'll do that bit at the bottom. Let's take a little tiny bit off there so it makes sure that the music is visible. And fold it. How we do? Camera's still in situ, jolly good. I'm hoping that when I go and look at the video that it won't actually be as early as I fear, that it might have disappeared or shifted. Okay, that piece, and then there's that piece. Goes there, like that. I'll tear that there. That's about right for the width, and then I've got hopefully a nice piece left to go there. Don't really want that bit at the top saying keep it. That piece there. Right, let's do this. I'm going to do the same as before, I think, and that I'm going to wrap it around the back of the tag, because the tag will then be backed and that will disappear pretty much underneath. And then there's this piece. Fold that in half. Okay, on there. That's already folded. And then this piece is a bit too deep. Got more words than music on this one, haven't we? Oh, what about this side? I'll do it on that side, then I've got the music more than the words. So this one I have to be careful not to the piece at the back has got to be slightly shorter, so it doesn't appear. Right, let's do the gluing on this. A new glue page. Make sure it goes up to the edge. And around. Yep. And this one. Yeah, do I prefer that side? Yes, I think I do. That side. Okay, so that needs gluing. Fold it back so I can have the edge of the fold up against the edge of the vellum. Slide it about a bit until it's right, sort of lined up, hopefully. Yep. And that's the bit that's going to go around the back of the tag. And then I've got this to go at the bottom. fold it back on itself a little bit so I can line it up. Yeah. Might be easier that way. You can see the edges the other side as well, where the fold lines are. So hopefully don't go over the edge sideways. Yep, that's okay. And now just the top one. Just this one. But I'll do the whole thing on this one. The whole back. Ooh, if I made that too wide, I'd have to trim it a little. Yes, didn't measure that properly. All right. Okay, so now we have our little, I like that. Get rid of all these bits, all will stick into the mat. I've just ordered myself a new mat. This one is just so mucky and horrible. I've had it for donkey's years. I think it was time to get a new one, a bigger one, so I've got more of an area to work on. Of course, I suppose that brings more opportunities for me to go off camera. That's the only trouble. I'll have to mark it, won't I? With some washi tape or something. So I got this out of a magazine. It's an embroidery magazine, and as you can see, this is like a cross-stitch butterfly, but I thought it was really pretty. Now I've had it just hanging around. I sort of came across it. I thought, well, that'd be pretty in the window. Is it going to fit? Well, it's sort of. Not entirely. It's a little bit too big, but I still quite like it. So I think I might just put it there. And just mark there and there. And if I slide this along a little bit, I can mark where to cut it, the bottom as well. It's a bit of an angle there, so I don't know if it'll come out right. I might just do that. Make sure that that's still where it needs to be. Now I'll pop that there where it needs to go. Is that correct? I think that'll be all right. Okay, so now I've got to remember again which is the side that's flapping around. This side is flapping around, so I've got to do a little bit of glue along the edge to hold that down. As I won't be wrapping around this piece of paper to hold it. Let's just check again. Yeah, that's okay. I might just pull it up a fraction actually from the bottom again. Just a little bit higher up. probably re-glue it now. Just, yeah. So actually this was the side I've got to put the glue on again, haven't I? Is that right? Yeah. That's right. That's a bit better. Okay. I'll wrap it around there and wrap it around the back, the side here. No, is that too narrow there? I think that's just about okay. And I've got my little butterfly there. And just trim it off. Alright, now I just need to back some, put some backing paper on it. What was I going to use? Don't think I've decided. Of course, I've reached for Rachel's papers as I often do for these challenges because they work so well. I want it to be something that can be written on. I want about, is that wide enough? I think it might just about work. Oops. So it's got to go, oh yes, it will work. I can put that there. Oh, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to trim it. You know what I'm like when I start trying to do the little finer types of tearing, it just doesn't work. Okay. Now, so I should measure it, shouldn't I? See how wide I need it to be. Did I do it that way? No, it was that way, wasn't it? Yeah, it is that way. And it goes there, I think. Just tidy it up at the top. That can go on the back. I've put me wraparound on the other side, haven't I? Not what I intended to do, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Alright, let's just put this on. And then I think we'll call that a day. I don't think we've gone well over time, but of course if I've had to cut a lot of the earlier part of the video out, we'll probably be okay. Let's pull that up a little bit. Doesn't have to go the full length as long as it's enough to hold it in place. There we are. And that's my second little window tag. Needs a little bit of work, just a bit more decoration. But that is for another day. Alright. So we'll just have a quick look at what we've made. Not very much, but I've managed to complete 2, which is probably as good as I was going to ever expect. I certainly didn't have any others planned. So I've got this one for my little fairy journal, which needs a little bit more decoration down here, but otherwise, and backing of course on the back there. That's a mess. And I'll need to put a little tag there, but I think that's really cute. I really like her. And then I've got this one, which again will need more decoration on the inside and will need backing. But I think that's fine for today. So thank you very much for joining me. I'll probably be doing some sort of haul video from my trip, because I did do a bit of shopping while I was away, as you'd expect. And then I'll try and use some of the bits I bought to work on my fairy ephemera. So that might be not the next video, because there's another video already scheduled, but probably one later next week. We'll be looking at some of the things I've bought and trying to use some of them. Okay, so please do join me again soon. Bye for now.